Well, welcome everybody. I am back in, I don't know if this is Studio A or B, doesn't really matter. You don't care. A, I'm being told now. Regardless, this is our end of Cisco Live show just for day one. It's not the end of Cisco Live whatsoever. Everybody's getting worried about what I'm about to say next. Either way, so glad you could join us. I hope you're enjoying all the innovation talks. This is just the beginning, guys. If you're overwhelmed with what's happening today, don't worry. First of all, everything is on demand. You're going to be able to get access to all of the resources and materials and do what I do, which is use that opportunity to slow down, focus on what you need at that moment. All the materials are there, ciscolive.com. You're going to see the links to get into what you need. Also, really enjoying the fact that we've got these emojis and the reactions and stuff. Please keep letting us know in that small, innocuous way how you're feeling and what you're doing. It's just a funny little signal that does kind of lift a lot of people, whether you even see them here or not. So, also want to encourage you to use the hashtag Cisco Live EMEA, and this is how we can tag your traffic and make sure you're getting credit for it. I believe there's probably some leaderboards and various things going on with the social media folks, so continue to have fun with that. There's definitely nothing over. I just want you to enjoy the rest of the day. We've got more content for you. In fact, I'm so excited. Before we get to the other stuff we have coming up in this particular show, I've got a very special guest, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to interview him. Please welcome Javed Khan.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so happy to have you here, and it's just interesting because I've worked a lot in your group.
Yes.
And so as we talk about collaboration, I ran into you this morning before the keynote. I didn't get to see if you were speaking in the keynote this particular time, but I know you've been busy all over the place.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what's important to understand about how we're tackling collaboration today and how things may be shifting and just what's important there.
So the biggest thing that is on mind of our customers and partners here is hybrid work, and I talked about that in my keynote today. Cisco is uniquely positioned to help our customers solve for hybrid work because we've got collaboration devices and software, which our customers knows about, but also security and networking. So a lot of interest today on hybrid work and how Cisco can solve for our customers end to end. We are uniquely positioned to do that. The other thing that we've gotten lots of questions on is really how do I work with the Microsoft ecosystem? Because
you're right where I was thinking I wanted to go next, but please, how do we work with the Microsoft ecosystem, Jeff?
I mean, Cisco itself, by the way, uses Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
We use
Who doesn't,
Microsoft
is the thing,
internally, and we've invested a lot of energy making sure that our products fit seamlessly with the Microsoft ecosystem. So if you're using the Microsoft Productivity Suite, our products on the collaboration side fit in. But the big new thing that we are showing off on the floor today, which was very, very busy, if you haven't seen it, you should come take a look, is how we interoperate with other vendors. And we've always had interoperability, so Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet.
Right.
But what we are showing is a more native experience for those customers who might be using Microsoft Teams internally. So our beautiful devices with all the phenomenal AI now make that Microsoft ecosystem better. So
for anyone that may not fully understand, because I think some of us may be we hear a lot about partnerships that Cisco has all the time, and we partner with Microsoft in many different ways across many different technologies. But I think it's important because this particular agreement with Microsoft and what we're doing, I think is highly interesting because it's a deeper level of integration so that you get the features that we've worked hard to build into the devices to make them easier so that you don't have that, how do I meet with somebody? I came up in the old days of picture tell, video conferencing systems where you had to literally code the codec and choose your lines. But this is so we get the one button access. You get all the features and the strength still when you're using the Microsoft platform, and they can interact with WebEx in a seamless fashion as well, correct?
Yes. So we've always had phenomenal experiences on our devices, and we do a lot of things within our devices, some of the ones you mentioned, including things like background noise removal and face recognition. All of those features, as part of this agreement, we still provide on the devices side. So if you're in a Microsoft meeting, you now get the benefit of this. And then you can still join a WebEx meeting, you can still manage this device just like you would manage the rest of our devices from within our console. So you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And there's nobody else out there who can provide this kind of a device experience in the Microsoft ecosystem other than Cisco does. So.
Well, one thing I think we do well, and I think it's reflected well in the demonstrations that are going on, is also the fact that we tend to get overly focused sometimes on endpoints,
Yes.
and they're beautiful, and we can do great things with them, but they are useless without a network, and they're useless without all the supporting things that I think Cisco does a very good job with, that may be hidden most of the time, and thankfully so. But I feel like that's one thing that we've done a good job here, is we're saying, look, the hybrid work experience is not WebEx, right? It's really how we work with everything, and we've worked hard to pull that off internally.
That's right. We've integrated security, networking, and collaboration. Right.
Yeah.
Collaboration by itself not going to work if the network's not able to handle that. Right. So we've integrated our portfolio. So one of the features that I think is really cool is Thousand Eyes integration into our collaboration control hub. What that lets you do is it gives you an end-to-end view, not just what's happening with collaboration software, but what's happening on the network, including network that a service provider might be running. Right?
Yeah.
So it provides this end-to-end capability, so you can now deliver these experiences because we have control and visibility into the network.
Well, it's funny because I'm a very big, it's a geeky thing to say probably, but a very big Control Hub fan.
Yes.
Because I love it every single time I go back to it, and of course it keeps changing with the Thousand Eyes integration and other things, but I don't think enough people sometimes remember just how much control, no matter the size of your operation, it's built for scale, and it's built to make an administrator's job so much easier in terms of having the visibility, the control, taking advantage of sensors that we have in the devices to do things that you couldn't do otherwise, or you'd have to spend money building extra inputs into.
Yeah, the unsung heroes of the hybrid work experiences today are the IT administrators who are behind the scene, making sure it works end to end, and Control Hub is at the center of that, and it's the one place where you get full visibility into all things WebEx and increasingly all things Cisco, so you can deliver those experiences.
Well, let me ask you, switching up a little bit here, the entire conference, we're very focused on sustainability, and I'm curious, what part does WebEx play when it comes to sustainability?
So there's a lot of things we've been doing for a while to reduce the CO2 emissions of our processes. And in addition to that, there's a few things we announced for our customers. I'll start with the first bucket. So I'll give you a very simple example. The new Desk Pros, they actually use a fabric in front instead of aluminum or a metal.
Yeah, just a little bit less materials.
And exactly, so a little bit less materials. It's a little lighter, which means it reduces shipping costs, which improves the kind of CO2 footprint that we have. So we've been doing a lot of those things within our products. We make sure that if you want to recycle the product, we take it back without a charge. What we announced today was a new feature which is a carbon emissions insight console widget that's going to be in Control Hub again.
Okay, see,
for the IT administrator. So they can look at the CO2 emissions of their entire video conferencing device footprint and make adjustments. So you can say, office hours are 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. And outside of the office hours, these devices go into deep sleep, and now you're reducing your CO2 emissions. So we are not just ourselves working on reducing our emissions, CO2 emissions, but helping our customers get visibility so that they can proactively take actions.
Which I love, because I think the thing what comes out of that, I think, is when we increase visibility, we increase the ability for us to make educated decisions about being better consumers.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes,
and I think the more we do that type of thing. Final point, just real quick, number one feature you can't live without when it comes to WebEx.
Number one feature, I'll start with, I can't live without my Desk Pro, which is not a feature, but a device. It's a beautiful device. Feature, I would have to say, noise cancellation, so that I can keep working even when there is noise in the background.
It is so good that I honestly think we need to add something that tells you that it's been activated to the user side, because I react to the dog barking even though no one else hears it.
That's right, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'll put that on my feature request list that I've accumulated since the morning.
Javed, thank you so much for taking the time. Continued best of luck with already a successful year. We're getting off to a good start. Guys, at this point, I believe we're going over to the Cisco store, which hopefully they're keeping a close eye on Cedric, because I've seen him coming out with new stuff quite a bit.
I mean, Rob, what can I say about that? I just love Cisco merchandise. This is the place to be for me. So we're here in the Cisco store. It's just across the TV studio. It's in the hub, actually, and I'm really excited to have a browse around, and let's see what I bring for Europe. The cool thing is actually that I was walking in straight away, and I saw this shirt, and I'm pretty sure that was the shirt that you wore yesterday. I'm pretty sure about that. But let's have a wander around. It's really cool. There is lots of variety of things. You have shirts, polos. You just have like you have hoodies as well here. So there is like just like loads of things. Really cool prints. I love this print. Like maybe that would be a Rob thing to wear, or maybe Steve, like, you know, with those Cisco bridge logos. I think that's pretty awesome. But the cool thing about this store is that there is Cisco merchandise in here, but more than that, it's also a way for us to showcase what Cisco can do in retail. I call it the future of retail here. So let's have a further browse around what we have. So we have jackets, we have more Rob shirts, as I would call them from now on, Rob. More jackets even. This is a cool jacket that I have from here. Behind us here we have some bears as well. So actually I'm gonna take one of those for Nish. Like I'm gonna buy that for Nish. It's pretty cute, I think, right? So I'm gonna take it. We're also like we have pins and so on. Like we're gonna go a little bit further. We have water bottles. We talk a lot at Cisco TV, so I might get a water bottle as well for someone because they're actually really cool. So I'm just trying to think like which color Steve might like. So I'm gonna go for a white one here. Yeah, let's have a further like see I'm buying stuff for the team. Right, like, you know, I'm a team player. So we're just gonna go even further right now. And here we have some more cool stuff. I think a hat maybe that I could buy as well for I don't know, maybe for my dad, like when he plays golf or so. So I'm gonna put that on. Yes, so we're gonna go a little bit further here, and I think I might actually need some help. Yep, so I actually might need some help. So hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, I'm actually like I'm here with Kaylee from the Cisco store, right? From the Cisco store team. You can see I have my hands full right now, Kaylee. I'm actually like almost shopping spree for the team.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for a shirt. You know, I think actually like Rob might need some new shirts. So I'm looking for a shirt. So can you just show us around a little bit here?
For sure. I can show you some of our t-shirts we have here that are designed by The Hatch, which is our internal creative agency. And so maybe one of these would be good. You know, talks about sustainability, empowering an inclusive future.
It looks like a Rob thing, actually. So I can see there is a QR code over here. Like, so I think we can get some information here in terms of like the product and how it actually fits with Cisco's purpose. So let's give that a scan.
So if you scan the QR code on any of our products in store, you'll be able to scroll down and see the icons that correspond to how we power an inclusive future through that piece of merchandise. So you can see this one's made from recycled material. It's socially conscious. It's actually from a brand that uses organic cotton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's really awesome. All of the merchandise in store has a story to it on how it powers an inclusive future.
Okay, so I'm gonna take one for Rob. I think like we might have like a large here somewhere. Like I don't really. Yeah, this is a large. I'm gonna take one here, but also he's a small. No, the production's telling me he's a small, but I'm not convinced about that. I'm still gonna go for the large. But also see here's some really cool. Like Cisco technology actually. Like it's a smart fitting room.
Right.
So let's go there and like check it out. So how does this work, Kaylee?
Well, so all of our product is RFID tagged. So the Cisco store has Cisco and partner technology all throughout the store working in real time. So there is an RFID tag in the product tag there. There is a panel behind this this wall that's an RFID panel. So you don't even have to hold it up. It's got the proximity to get it there. You'll see that the product appears on the screen. So you can select a different size and request assistance, and that'll go to our sales associates that'll bring you a new size. So this is obviously not the smart fitting room in practice because you wouldn't get changed out here, but we do have one working. We just wanted to keep that fitting room free for all of the customers that are coming through the store.
I think that's something to like to just like when I go shopping, like I'm always like, okay, I need to find a size. As you can see, Robin is large, and I think this is really great because you can just like see like, okay, this is a color, like those sizes are available. We have other colors as well, and then you can get someone over here just to like help you out and like get some assistance because I always find it very hard in retail like to find someone like because everybody's so busy like refilling the sticks. So yeah, let's go here and check out actually because I think we got enough already, and I think I'm gonna make a donation as well because because the cool thing about Cisco is we care so much about powering an inclusive future for all, whether it's within Cisco or outside of Cisco. And I think we're working with the food bank from the Netherlands over here right now. So once you go and check out, oh, sorry, like you see, it's very busy. Like, I mean, it's selling like eggs. So what you can do here is you can get like one of those tokens, and you can actually put it in this board here. So you can actually. You can actually like choose one of those. But I think Kaylee, I might actually need some help once again, Kaylee, actually, because like there is a donation part over here. So can you tell us a little bit more what we're actually like gonna donate to?
Yeah. Our donation tower actually is a really cool story. So in lieu of giveaways, we decided to build this donation tower, and we take it to every event that we go to. So we actually reskin it for every event so that we donate to the organizations that the event that we're at is partnering with. So as you mentioned, we are partnering with the Netherlands' first food bank, which is Voedselbanken. So you can drop your token into any of these 3 slots, and you can watch it go down. But so we've divided it into 3 different things for Voedselbanken that you can donate to. So you can either donate the food itself, you can provide energy and gas to all the transport that they do, or they have an initiative called Soupalicious where they donate bowls of soup to people in need.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you so much, Keely. I'm just gonna, before I go and check out, I'm gonna donate to all of them, right? Like, I'm gonna be a true Cisconian, and I'm just gonna make sure that like we're supporting the cause here. So, thank you so much, Kaylee. I'm gonna go and check out. Like, Rob, I got your shirt, I got a water bottle, I get the beer as well. Oh, I got the beer as well. So I'm just gonna go here, gonna check out, and then we're gonna go back to Rob. Rob, I'll want to see you in this T-shirt later on today.
Oh, no, absolutely. I appreciate all the personal shopping that I'm getting here. Thank you so much. Wonderful. For anybody that may have forgotten or weren't aware, the Cisco store used to just be a store. And yes, you can get lots of logo merchandise. It's very much that, but it's actually also a showcase for how technology can be used to do more intelligent retailing and a lot of ancillary technologies and availability of opportunity there to check out. So be sure and check that out. For now, I'd like to go over to Nish, who's got a customer talking about some of how they're doing things. Eric from Skanska, I believe. Nish?
That's right, Rob. Thank you so much. So I'm here, I'm in Studio B, and I'm joined by Eric Nielsen. So Eric, welcome firstly to the show, I guess we can say. We're putting on a bit of a show here for people that are joining Cisco Live 2023 Amsterdam from home. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah, and we were just talking about, this is your second Cisco Live EMEA, I believe,
yes,
yeah?
It is.
And how you have to really prioritize what you want to be doing here at the show because there's so much to do, and it's like, where do you want to go? What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? So let's start with you telling us a little bit about Skanska. You are a senior network manager there, right? So
I'm a senior network engineer, yeah.
Engineer. So what does the company do? And tell us a little bit about the Cisco story.
Sure. So Skanska is one of the world's largest project development and construction companies. And we really focus on innovative and sustainable solutions. So we're built, among examples, we helped build LaGuardia Airport. We led the whole LaGuardia Central project. We also built the world's most northern powerhouse, which is energy positive actually. And so it actually produces double the amount of energy it consumes daily, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time when we talk about sustainability, well, for some companies, right, it's a challenge to really get started, and they see it as a kind of really long journey where it might take some time to actually get to net zero or to be able to achieve some of their goals. So what advice do you have? Obviously, you're already kind of there and you're doing so much good in the world, double you said. So what advice do you have, for people that are kind of looking to go, moved more towards, sustainable solutions and a strategy? How did you work with Cisco, and what does that look like?
I'd say, first off, you need to have a plan. You need to begin to start with, I think, because if you're only talking about it, you're not really doing anything. And especially with Cisco, you have so many people to talk with. You have great experienced people, and also there's no issues ever with PR. Like, you can just contact people and they answer.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's really good feedback for our team, so I'll make sure they hear that. So let's talk a little bit about the solution, and it's a hybrid cloud solution, right?
Yes.
The model that you have. So what was it that caused, what was the kind of instigator, or what was it that made you kind of work with Cisco now? What was it that changed in your strategy that really kind of brought you to Cisco?
Yeah, so a couple of years ago we decided, in the pandemic I believe, the company was thinking about cloud. Everyone was talking about cloud.
Yeah.
It was the huge trend. And so in the beginning of everything, the company was, okay, we're going cloud first. But then, after talking to IT, they actually decided to go hybrid because it was a better solution due to not only legacy applications running in our data centers, but also cost. Cloud isn't cheap. So, we managed to have contact with Cisco quite early on in our stage in going cloud, and I believe that they provide a solution which is now called the Cloud Network Controller, a way with integrating cloud into your whole solution. So with your orchestrator, the Nexus Dashboard Orchestrator, which you have on-prem as a virtual machine, you can actually manage your on-prem as well as the cloud in the same tool. Amazing. And this was a huge benefit for us. Not only did we save time, but also cost, because in traditional ways, you would go to an Azure course or a Google course to learn about their products and how their networks are built, and how you as a customer need to think. But now, with this solution instead, you can spend that time and money on building your own thing together with Cisco. And I mean, so far so good.
Oh, so good. That's good to hear as well. And I was saying earlier, we heard from some of our Cisco leaders and executives. There are a few innovation talks today. We focused a lot on sustainability, as you can imagine. And as you can see, it's a big topic here at Cisco Live. So what do you like most about the Cisco solutions that you have in place? Like, what really stands out to you? And I guess, obviously you talked about having a great relationship with the teams that you work with, but what else is it about the solutions that you get excited to interact with every day?
Well, I'd say the most exciting thing is that it's always evolving. So today it might not support everything that you need, but you know that Cisco will take your feedback, take it to the developers, and then come back every 1 month or every quarter and give you feedback or an update.
There's kind of building on things, iteratively. It's
exactly.
Not kind of like just a presentation of what the sustainability strategy should or could be, but working on that together as a partnership.
Yes, because cloud it's not as traditional networks. Cloud is very different. Right. And therefore, you need to evolve and adapt as the clouds evolve as well. So one thing you planned a year ago might not work in the next year. And so together with Cisco, I think you'll manage a very good progress in your building the hybrid cloud.
Got it. And Eric, you have a session, I think you just mentioned tomorrow, right, here at Cisco Live. So I hope you're excited and you want lots of people to attend that, because watching this broadcast and here at the show, there probably are going to be some more people at your show after today, after hearing you share your story. So give us a sneak peek as to what you're going to talk about tomorrow, and then also what's next for Skanska.
Sure. So tomorrow at 4:30, I'll be talking about the solution that, together with Cisco, we managed to provide Skanska IT, a hybrid cloud which manages everything from one tool. So it's cost effective, it's time effective, and also you can build upon this and integrate more solutions into it. And so you don't have to buy a different tool for this thing. You can just integrate it into this one. And I think it's a wonderful product.
And I love, you're really tying back to simplicity, which was actually an innovation talk that we just heard about earlier as well. Eric, I just want to say we're very grateful when people like you join us in the studio, because you really bring our technology to life for us. So as a customer, thank you for being a customer of Cisco, but thank you for taking the time out of your busy Cisco Live schedule. I know you've got a session tomorrow and you need to prepare, but thank you again. And Rob, we're going to head back to you now in the Studio A.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nish. There's something about not just learning from customers, but the fact we focus on sustainability, we talk about all the things that maybe Cisco does and we're doing with partners, and then you start incorporating customers and you see how we're all enabling each other to come up with answers in places maybe we didn't even realize, and hear the success stories that others are having. Believe it or not, we've got Cedric in another you may not realize it, but he is in a totally different location than where he was before. He made his way from the Cisco store all the way over to the sustainability zone. Cedric, what is going on in this sustainability zone?
Yeah, well, Rob, I was here before, right, and we talked about the 6 key features that they have here. We talked with Christian before about the energy savings accelerators, but today we're going, or like right now actually, like we're gonna talk about the sustainability simulator, right? It's actually something close to my heart as well because I have been working with the team that developed it as well here at Cisco. But I'm joined by Alec, and Alec is our lead in, or sustainability lead in competitive intelligence. So Alec, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much, and thank you for being here. So this is a tool that we're using for a lot of our customers to show them immediate benefits of refreshing their install base. So what it does is you have here actually a very visual kind of map of what customers can see when we present that to them. So what it shows here is all the different countries where we have shipped equipment. And based on that, we know exactly how many products are end of sales, end of life. And what we've done is we worked with our business units to define what would be the migration path from the old products to the new products. Doing that, because the new products are more energy efficient, we can define or simulate how much energy savings they might do per year in kilowatts and what the equivalent in dollars would be, you know, from a saving based on the price of the energy that they're paying, but also what's the offset of carbon emission of the usage of the product. So what we see here, for example, for this particular customer, these are all the regions where they're present and where we have shipped equipments. If they would refresh the equipment, they could do an equivalent of 5 million kilowatts per year savings, which would resonate to $1 million savings if we use basic average pricing of the European Commission in terms of price per energy. So it's very visual for a customer to understand you have old equipment, we can refresh that equipment and we can help you not only on saving energy, and we know that particularly in Europe, energy savings is really a must these days, but also we can look at how much CO2 footprint we could save based on the goals that they have on the usage of the equipment. Because any kilowatt of electricity that you pay will generate a CO2 emission, and based on the country that they're located, we have mapping of, if for example in Germany, the kilowatt or the CO2 per kilowatt is much higher because they're using fossil fuel to generate electricity. In other regions of the world, like France, for example, because we have a lot of nuclear, it will be less impactful for the energy, so we have less. What we can also show to the customer, something very visual, is the impact. So sometimes it's very complicated for a customer to understand how many tons of CO2 can I save if I would refresh my equipment. Well, here we show them the equivalent of the number of plane travel that they could save for 1,000 kilometer traveled by airplanes, or how many train travel they could save, how many cars they. But a lot of customers do also carbon offsetting. And carbon offsetting means that they could, for example, plant trees to recuperate the equivalent of CO2 emissions. And that's what we're showing here with these trees. So very valuable for a customer because it shows them direct value of working with Cisco in a sustainable approach to refresh the equipment.
Great. Thank you so much, Alec. You can hear it. Like, you can do good in the world by doing something about sustainability, but you can also save costs for you. There are some sustainability grants as well that governments are like giving out as well. So check out the sustainability zone here in the hub, or go to the Cisco website and learn more about that to know how you can spend those grants. We're gonna go back to the studio right now where Rob and Nish are. So hey guys, are you there?
We are here. Thank you so much, Cedric. Wonderful job. Come back over to the studio, man. We are almost ready to wrap things up for the day here. This, again, was the final show, and we've just got a few housekeeping items to cover. But first, before we do that, Nish, I haven't been with you all day. How's your day been? What's a highlight of your day?
Gosh, what is the highlight of my day, Rob? Well,
one take is all you get.
I know, it feels like we're somewhere tropical. I was just thinking with all of these. But we're not, we're in Amsterdam, and that's got, you know, it's great just to be back live in person. I think I'm just gonna have to say connecting with people. That's been my favorite thing. All the conversations we've had, all the things we've seen. I know I've been vague, Rob, but it really was amazing. It really was.
We've talked through a lot of details today. You don't need to be very specific. Well, we've still got more days left, right? So guys, thank you so much for joining us as we've covered these shows, because this has been a ton of fun, and it's going to be a ton of fun tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, you can expect stuff coming. The next chapter of hybrid work, looking at my notes, accelerating secure innovation, frustrating attackers, new IoT innovations. So we get into more details around industrial IoT, which we've alternately teased about and delivered some information, but honestly, there's so many storylines in that area. That's going to be a very good one to keep up with as well. Remember, everything you need is online, so you can go back and take better notes if you missed it, or go back and get exactly what you need. My name is Rob Boyd on behalf of Nish, Cedric, Steve, and an incredible crew behind us. That's the end of day one. Who loves you?